All right, let's dive right in. Today we are peeling back the pristine curtains of suburbia to look at Freida Mcfadden's latest psychological thriller, The Housemaid Is Watching. And let me tell you, if you think you know domestic suspense, this book is going to make you second-guess everything, right up until that final jaw-dropping page. So, the whole story really boils down to this one chilling question. Imagine this. What if that perfect, quiet life you fought tooth and nail to build was actually the most dangerous trap you could ever fall into? That's the thought that sets the stage for every secret, every suspicion that comes next. So, let's meet our protagonist, Millie Accardi. Now, if you've read Mcfadden's other books, you'll know Millie. She's seemingly put her dark past behind her and has finally achieved that suburban dream she never, ever thought was in the cards for her.
And this contrast right here, it's everything. I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got her past, a housemaid, ex-con, always the underdog. And on the other side is her life now. She's a homeowner, a wife, a mother, and even a social worker. The change is just so drastic, which means the stakes for her could not be any higher. She has absolutely everything to lose.
And this is the little family she's fighting so hard to protect. You've got Millie, whose street smarts are always just bubbling right under the surface. Then there's her husband, Enzo, who's hardworking and seems loyal, but man, is he frustratingly tight-lipped about his own past. And of course, their daughter Ada, who is sharp as a tack and sees way more than the adults around her think.
But of course, that dream home on a quiet Long Island street, well, it starts to feel less like a safe haven and more like a prison pretty quickly. And the problem isn't what's happening inside the house, oh no, it's what's going on right across the street. Welcome to the cul-de-sac, where everybody is hiding something.
And here it is, the main tension of the neighborhood, laid out plain and simple. You have the Accardis, they're the outsiders, the ones who got their house for a price that seems just a little too good to be true. And then you have the Lowells across the street. They're wealthy, they're established, and they have this unsettlingly glamorous vibe. This us versus them feeling is there from the second they move.
As if the judging neighbors weren't enough, Millie gets a daily, haunting reminder of who she used to be. Martha, the Lowells' housemaid. You see, Martha is quiet, she's worn out, and she is clearly terrified of something. And that just lights up all of Millie's protective and, yeah, suspicious instincts.
Okay, this is where the psychological screws really start to get tightened. As Millie's perfect life starts to crack, she's caught between this desperate need for things to just be normal and this gut feeling that something is seriously, deeply wrong.
And this is the question the book, and Millie herself, is wrestling with on every single page. Are these threats she's seeing actually real? Or is her past, the prison time, the betrayals, just clouding her judgment? Is it a razor-sharp intuition, or is it just crippling paranoia? The signs just start piling up, one after another, feeding that anxiety. Shadows seem to be watching the house. There are these strange noises in the middle of the night. Enzo starts acting more and more secretive, and her neighbor Jonathan's stare just feels invasive. Nothing is adding up.
The feeling that all of this creates, for Millie and for us reading it, can really be summed up in just one word: claustrophobic. It genuinely feels like the walls of her beautiful new home are just closing in on her.
So all this simmering tension and paranoia, it can't just stay inside Millie's head forever, right? Inevitably, the conflict brewing on this quiet little street boils over into a full-blown crisis. And when a crime shatters the peace of the neighborhood, guess who becomes the #1 suspect? Yep, all eyes immediately turn to the outsiders, the new family with that shady past. All of a sudden, Millie isn't just fighting her own paranoia anymore. She's fighting to keep her family from being framed. Now, if you have ever read a Freida Mcfadden novel, you know that the story you think you're reading is never the real story. So let's talk about her secret weapon, the twist.
See, Mcfadden is the absolute queen of the double twist. It's this move where she doesn't just pull the rug out from under you once, she does it twice. It's designed to completely flip your entire understanding of who the victim is, who the villain is, and maybe most importantly, who the real protector is.
And she is a master at laying the groundwork for this. The story is written to make you suspect the secretive husband Enzo, or that creepy neighbor Jonathan. But in a Mcfadden thriller, that's almost always a red herring. It's just there to distract you from where the real danger is coming from. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, the one that sticks with you long after you've turned the last page. It perfectly captures the book's title and its whole mystery. In this quiet cul-de-sac, just packed to the brim with secrets and lies, who is really watching whom?
To know more about book plots in video form, like, share, and subscribe.